Mary Ann here. So I made my first breakfast recipe, which I wasn't really that excited about because it seemed really just like beans in a bowl. And that's fine, but it didn't seem that exciting. I made something called Egyptian breakfast beans. It has some other name too. I found the recipe from the Forks Over Knives website. I actually really liked it. Now, I ran into a few things when I was at the grocery store. Well, one thing for this recipe. The fava beans. They did not have fava beans. And so I was like Googling like what are other names it goes by. Maybe they have it under a different name, or what are good substitutes. I ended up substituting lima beans because it said online that that was the best substitute. And I actually am glad that I did that. I don't know what fava beans taste like, but I really like how it turned out with the lima beans. But the lima beans were a little expensive because the recipe called for 1.5 pounds of dried fava beans. And a pound of the lima beans was $2.99. Which, I mean, it's not crazy expensive, but it's expensive. So I want to throw that out there. It was super simple. It just had salt, cumin, lemon zest and juice of a lemon, onion, and the beans. Which is why I thought maybe it wouldn't taste very good. It'd just be blah. But this morning after I made it, it was really nice. It was creamy and light, which was the opposite of what I was expecting. It tasted light and lemony and just like a nice little fresh start to the morning. However, it took me 2 hours to make. So let's be real, I ate breakfast while I was making the breakfast beans. So I'll eat it for breakfast the next several days, but the first day it's not really breakfast beans. And I'm such a nerd because I got really excited. This is part of the whole learning process and I don't know what I'm doing, but I enjoyed watching the beans expand. The lima beans, like, they got super wrinkly and started just like exploding almost, it looked like. It was really fun. And I feel like lima beans were always the type of beans you would use in crafts and experiments at school. So it was weird for me to be actually preparing them to eat, because I feel like I've always just seen them dry and it's like you're coloring them or you're counting with them for math class or something. I feel like I did that a lot when I was little, but it was fun. It was super fun. What else? So yeah, it took me about 2 hours to make, 1.5 hours to 2 hours. I think I might have cooked them a little long so they were extra mushy, but I am totally okay with that. I really liked how they turned out. And on the website it said traditionally it's served with something like a pita bread, or if you wanted to do your own thing, you could put it on a bed of rice, etc. I just ate it as is and I loved it, and I have a ton left. I don't think that Lex is really interested in trying it. It's just beans in a bowl. But I'm definitely gonna finish it. And it said on the recipe that it makes 4 servings. I think it'll last me a little more than that. Probably more like 5 servings. But I don't know, maybe not. It depends on how big your servings are, obviously. But nutrition facts. Now this is based on fava beans, so I don't really know how it's changed with the lima beans. It's high calorie, I'll be honest, but it's a ton of beans. So if you don't eat the full amount, it'll be lower calories, and my FitnessPal may be wrong. But anyway, 586 calories per serving for 4 servings. It has 3% fat, 26% sodium, 1% potassium, 1% carbs, I can talk, 2% of your fiber, 0 grams of sugar. That seems wrong because there's a lemon in there. Maybe lemons don't actually have that much sugar. I don't know. I would assume they do. 72% protein. What? That's awesome. 0% vitamin A, 12% vitamin C, 15% calcium, 74% iron. So, yeah, nutrient-dense food is what's happening here. I feel like 4 servings is an underestimate. So, I think it's a little lower protein and calorie-wise. I don't think I ate that much this morning. but I had to go to work all day. So higher calorie meals that are nutrient dense is totally fine for my lifestyle, because I go and I work for 6 hours straight at least, like on my feet, walking around, no breaks, at least. So it's worth it. Like I remember one time I was babysitting after serving in the morning, and so I hadn't eaten since 8 that morning, because then I went to work, and then I worked till 4:30, 5, and that's just the nature of the beast. Some restaurants you take breaks, but I don't like taking breaks, and that's not how we do it at ours. We take our break before we start. It's a weird thing. That's a tangent. Anyway, the Egyptian breakfast beans, you can see it in the little video I made before this, and you will see the picture in the thumbnail. Really good. I recommend it. I'm surprised I do, but I actually do. I mean, if you're looking for something like crazy breakfasty, maybe not. But light, creamy, it almost like felt like a comfort food, like mashed potatoes do. It was enjoyable. It was that nice butteryness of mashed potatoes. So it was cool. I'm probably gonna eat more. That's what we're gonna do now.